Welcome students, continuation of data structure stack. Let's see a few examples on stack. Stacking of books, stacking of coins. So what do we do is when we stack, the first book or the coin will be at the bottom. The second book or the coin will be on top of the first book or the coin. So it goes on in this manner, and the last book or the coin will be at the topmost position of the stack. Let it be books or coins. So when we pick the book or the coin, what do we do? By default, we'll take the first, that is the topmost one, which is the last book or the coin. So this is how the stack works, and this technique is called as last in first out method. So when we see this with a computer based search, that is when we try to search in a browser, say we have done 3 searches in 3 different tabs of Google Chrome. Search 1, search 2, search 3. So when we see the list of the tabs, the search 1 will be at the bottom, search 2 will be at the top, and search 3 will be the topmost search or the topmost tab which is listed. So according to stack, the search tabs will also work in the same manner. So it is stacked as last in first out. Now let's see the implementation of stack using list. So stack is usually implemented using list because it can hold heterogeneous type of data. Okay, so the steps or the basic operations which can be performed on stack are creating a stack, push operation, checking for empty stack, pop operation, and traversal. These are the 5 basic operations that can be performed in a stack using list. Now creating a stack, that is the first step. Okay, so since list is it can hold any number of heterogeneous elements, what do we do is we implement stack using list. So how do we create? The syntax is as follows: stack is equal to list of, or stack is equal to empty list, that is square brackets. This will create an empty stack. Okay, so what happens, like in list we have index to tell about the position of the values. So list of 0 will hold the first element, list of 2 will hold the second element, and it goes on. Similarly, stack of 0 will have the first element, stack of 1 will have the second element, and it goes on in this way. After creating a stack, what do we do is we need to add the elements into a stack. So to add an element, what do? We use list's built-in function, that is append. List dot append of x. Here list is the value, list is the list element, that is stack in our case. So append is the inbuilt function and x is the value to be inserted. So let's see the algorithm. First step, start. Second step, we check whether top is -1. So since initially stack is empty, top will be -1, because if top is equal to 0, then it implies that the first element is inserted. So initially top is equal to -1. Now we need to get the input of the element which we are going to insert. So element is equal to input of, enter the value to be added to the stack. So fourth step is, now we have got the input, we need to insert it inside. So stack dot append of element. Element is the value to be inserted. So we do that and end of the process. So this is how the push operation is performed. Next step is checking for empty stack. So to check for empty stack, there are some preconditions, right? Checking for empty stack is a precondition for pop operation and for traversal. Traversal in the sense to display the stack elements from the bottom to top. So let's see the algorithm. So start st_len is equal to length of stack. So the length of the stack is stored in under the variable st_len. So now we check for the if condition, st_len is empty or not. If it is empty, then it tells that the stack is empty. If it's not equal to 0, means it tells that the stack has some value inside. So let's assume that it is empty. So what happens? Print stack is empty, go to step 5, that is we end the process. So if it's not empty, that is not equal to 0, then element equal to stack or dot pop off. We remove that particular top element. One more alternative method to check for the empty stack. Start if not length of stack. If not length of stack, in the sense we check for whether it is equal to the size of the stack. So it tells that print stack is empty. Go to step 4, which is end. Otherwise, what do we do? Element is equal to stack dot pop off. So we remove that particular element from the stack. So in the above algorithm, the if condition shall check whether the stack is empty or not. In case non-empty stack only, the element can be removed using built-in function pop off. Once an element is popped, the stack automatically reduces one index position. The last step in the stack is traversing stack elements. So whenever we perform a push or a pop operation, we try to check whether the operation is going on perfectly. So what do we do is we try to display the elements from top to the 0th index. So what do? We use this traversal function. So the traversal process, actually what it does is the elements from the top position gets displayed and processed in the reverse order till 0th index. So this is how the basic operations are performed on the stack. Thank you.